Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah wa ala alihi wa ashabi ahlillahi wa man tabi'ahum bil ihsan ila yawmiddin. We give thanks and praise to Allah Azza wa Jal, the creator of the heavens and the earth, for sparing our lives to this present moment. And may his blessing and tranquility be on the Prophet and the noble Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, his households and those who follow his footsteps to the day of resurrection. Now, inshallah, biqudratillah, our plan is that this class, between 30 to 35-40 minutes, ama bari, and bi'idhnillah, as I said last time, ipe sirata mama mo ona ni kini tuhfatu madha tuhfatul atfal, kini mo pe tuhfatul atfal. So it is like a poem. So there are different modes tí àwọn ulama tó máa fi ń ṣe kíni tó máa fi ń kọ tírà. So ways tó máa fi ń kọ tírà, ara wọn ni kíni à ń pè ní kíni o matnu. So it is either only wá in poetic form, only wá in form of letter, like wọ́n máa kọ in form of risala, that is a letter to themselves, or nazmu, or what have you, or whatnot. So this particular one is tuhfatul atfal. So it is what? A matnu. What did I say? A matnu. That is to say, it is like a poetic collection of different things, and mainly it is centered towards teaching us what? Tajweed. It is centered towards teaching us Tajweed. But it is like a particular thing that poetic words, when you are writing a poem, you are actually codifying certain things. So it will have what? An explanation. So it is through the explanation made by someone, or that particular person that wrote the poem, that will understand like the general, both the visual, that is to say, eléyìí nínú nǹkan tẹ́niyẹn score, àti eléyìí tó yẹ kí ni implied meaning tó wà nínú nǹkan tẹ́niyẹn ṣe kí ni tẹ́niyẹn nǹkan tó ń jẹ́ poem náà nìyẹn. So poem is not every time la máa lè sọ pé la máa tu word for word bó ṣe ṣe kí ni bó ṣe wà nínú rẹ̀. Do you all understand? And mainly it is just like a combination of what the person has written and what the person wants us to understand, which will both be explained by other scholars or by him himself, which is the writer. So practically, this particular matnu is matnu madha tuhfatu al-atfal. So it is centered towards understanding tajweed. Do you all understand? Now, but before we start this class, please, take care now. Take care nǹkan mẹ́ta kan. Like I want us láti promise ara wa ní nǹkan mẹ́ta kan. So you can list one. The first one, òun ni wípé matnu tuhfatul atfal, you will memorize it. No, like kò ṣe a máa sọ fún wa bá ṣe ń ṣàlàyé sí, a máa sọ fún wa ní bá ṣe máa kà ní nǹkan tí ò ní nira wa lára pátápátá. So bóyá 2 per day or 3 per day, or just because it is in poetic lines. And poetic lines in Arabic are like, a máa ń pè ní kíni sọ́dúrù, kíni ló pé sọ́dúrù àti ajizu, sọ́dúrù and ajizu. So sọ́dúrù ni first line, ajizu ni kíni o second line. So 2 lines makes up a poetic, like 2 lines of poem makes up what? A poetic line. A máa ń pè ní kíni baytu, kíni mo pé bayt. So a lè sọ pé Sodru and Ajizu, 1 bait. Sodru and Ajizu, another bait. Only thing mama memorize for one particular time here. Only just 1 bait, which is 1 Sodru, 1 Ajizu. I hope you understand this now. So practically, first one here, we'll try to memorize it. Do you understand? So lẹ́yìn yẹn, afẹ́jẹ́ ká ṣe kíni, when we are coming to class, ó kéré jù ìwé àti kíni àti biro from time to time come wá, so that we'll be able to like jot down important things at the abama kọ́ ṣe kíni àmà kọ́ bá ṣe ń kíni bàbá ṣe ń kọ́. Ẹlẹ́kẹta ní pé kíni, because tajweed ó ní ṣe pẹ̀lú ìrìnnà Quran, so yẹ a máa jọ, we need to maintain good manners and just class etiquette. So nǹkan mẹ́ta tàbí ṣe kíni tàbí promise alákọ̀ọ́kọ́ ní kíni ká try ká gbìyànjú, we should try to memorize these poetic lines or this poem. The second one ni pé kíni ká wá pẹ̀lú biro àti kíni ìwé wa, coming with a book and pen. And third one is what we should maintain just normal good manners and class etiquette. Now, but inshallah, Amy, we would not start with the book itself. We need, like, because I said this class is based on what? On tajweed, isn't it? So we need to, like, firstly, like an introductory class to this class is understanding what tajweed is all about. Do you understand? We need to, like, know the definition of tajweed. We know what tajweed encompasses. We know who started to write about tajweed. Those are the things we'll do today. So as an interlude to that, our ulama, àwọn afa ilmu, àwọn ulama ahlul ilm, wọ́n sọ pé kí ni o, inna mabadi'a kulli fannin 'ashara. Kí ni mo pè? Inna mabadi'a kulli fannin 'ashara. That is to say, ẹ̀yà kàwọ̀ báyìí, nǹkan tí mo kọ lélẹ̀. Inna mabadi'a kulli fannin 'ashara. Dájúdájú ìpìlẹ̀ mabadi, like to start up something, kulli fannin, fannin yìí a lè sọ pé fannin, that is to say ilmu. Kí ni mo pè? Ilmu. Kulli fannin, any field we want to get into, anything we want to learn when it comes to Islamic religion, like Islamic knowledge, either hadith, Quran, tajweed, fiqh, usul al-fiqh, fara'id, anything, what have you or what not. Inna mabadi'a kulli fannin 'ashara. To start up a knowledge, the introductory part, there are 10 things that we need to know. Like before we even start a knowledge at all, before we start to learn something, we need to know 10 things about those words, about that knowledge. So we need to know 10 things about what? Tajweed. So in inna mabadi'a kulli fannin 'ashara. So kí ni fannu? Fannu bí, it means what? Field. Kí ni mo pè? Field, like field of knowledge. So inna mabadi'a, the introductory part of every field of knowledge is what? 10 things. You need to know 10 important things. Now the reason why these 10 things are important is because it gives us, it elevates our spirit towards, like, towards feeling interested to learn that thing. You know, you are not just learning it for learning's sake. You know, you are learning it to know it. You are learning it for certain reasons. So those 10 things that you know about that knowledge you want to learn, it are the things that would, like, make you feel like, okay, I am ready to learn these things. Do you understand? So inna mabadi'a kulli fannin kam 'ashara. Mẹ́wàá ni nǹkan tá fẹ́ kọ́ nípa kí ulum tajweed lẹ́nu. So tó bá pẹ́ à ń kọ́ hadith náà ni lọ́la, for example, we will learn those 10 things too as relating to what? Hadith. So these 10 things too relating to another tajweed. Do you understand what I'm trying to say now? So inna mabadi'a kulli fannin 'ashara. So òun náà ni inna mabadi'a kulli fannin 'ashara. ماذا? الحد والموضوع ثم ماذا؟ ثم الثمرة. الحد والموضوع ثم الثمرة. ونسبة وفضله والواضع والاسم الاستمداد حكم الشارع. ونسبة وفضله والواضع حكم الشارع. أدل أقول مسائل والبعض بالبعض اكتفى ومن درى الجميع حاز الشرف. نعم. مسائل والبعض بالبعض اكتفى والاسم الاستمداد حكم شارع ونسبة وفضله والواضع. نعم أنا بكني إن مبادئ كل فن كم 10. nǹkan mẹ́wàá la fẹ́ kọ́ lẹ́nu tí kò sọ ulum ماذا ulum التجويد. alákọ̀ọ́kọ́ náà ni kí ni alhaddu 1, ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì kí ni almawdu'u 2, ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kẹta samara 3, 4th one nisbatun, 5th one fadluhu, 6th one wadi', 7th one ismu, 8th one istimdad, 9th one hukmu shari', 10th one masail. So when I said the other time that poetic lines, they are just things that man shaking this is not continue to try to apply you and I can get it wrong. This is just a prelude to understand the 10 things. So this is like a poetic line constructed to understand these 10 things that are meant to be known for every single knowledge you want to get into. So the first one, inna mabadi'a kulli fannin 10. Those 10 things so are important to put with òun náà lélẹ̀. Alákọ̀ọ́kọ́ alhaddu. Kí ni mo pè alhaddu? Kí ni tiwọn alhaddu? Òun náà ni kí ni à ń pè ní kí ni definition. We need to know what the definition of what of tajweed. Since we are learning tajweed, first one we know what the definition of tajweed. Al-mawdu'. What is the topics? What are the topics? What are the things relating to what? Tajweed. Onikini. Ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì, which is what? Al-mawdu'. Topics. What is it relating to? Ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kẹta, samara. Kí ni mo pè? Samara. Òun náà ni kí ni outcomes or results. What will lẹ́yìn tá a bá kọ́ tajweed tán, what will it what lead to? Òun ni kí ni samara. So kí la máa kọ́kọ́ alhaddu, the definition of tajweed. Second one, al-mawdu'u, topics under tajweed. What are encompassing? The third one, outcome, which are the results. The fourth one, tó jẹ́ kí ni? Tó jẹ́ wa nisbatun àbí? Wa nisbatun wa fadluhu wal wadi'. Nisba, òun náà ni kí ni? Link. Ibo ló ní ṣe pọ̀ mọ́ wa fadluhu. Kí la ń pè fadlu? Ọlá tó ń bẹ fún nǹkan. So importance or benefits of ilm tajweed. Al-wadi', who wrote this knowledge? Ta ló document ẹ̀? Níbo láti gbogbo níbo ló ti bẹ̀rẹ̀? Òun là ń kọ́ pé ní kí ni al-wadi'. Ismu, kí là ń pè ilmu yìí? Kí ni reason tó ń pè hadith ní hadith? Hadith, tá bá ń kọ́ ìmọ̀ hadith ló ń jẹ́. Tá bá ń kọ́ ìmọ̀ tajweed ló ń jẹ́. Eléyìí kò ní problem. Ismu. Al-istimdad, kí là ń pè ní al-istimdad? Ẹ̀rọ ìgbẹ́ mọ̀ nǹkan tá ń pè ní istimdad fún. Al-istimdad, where o là ń pè ní kí ni ibi tó ti mú? Where is it like taken from? Kí ni origin ẹ̀? Báwo ló ṣe rí létí àlá ṣe rí? Hukmu sharia, kí ni ìdájọ́? What are the rulings of learning this particular thing? Everything in Islam has rulings. So what are the rulings of what? Learning tajweed. O là ń pè ní rulings. Masail, arising issues under tajweed. So ẹ̀ka náà tàbí àwọn nǹkan ìmọ̀ràn wà tàfẹ́ kọ́ ní kí ni o under tajweed yìí. So mabadi'a kulli fannin 10 mélòó ni? 10. Alákọ̀ọ́yẹ́ ẹ̀ka list alhaddu, al-mawdu'u, al-thamara, nisba, fadlu, wadi', ismu, istimdad, hukmu shari', masail. Ṣóyé? So ẹ̀ka kọ́ lórí tàbálẹ̀ jọ kọ́ papọ̀. Inna mabadi'a kulli fannin 10. الحد والموضوع ثم الثمرة. الحد والموضوع
ثم الثمر
ونسبة وفضله والواضع
ونسبة وفضل والوادع
والاسم الاستمداد حكم الشارع
ونسب الاستمداد حكم الشارع
مسائل والبعض
مسائل والبعض
مسائل
مسائل
والبعض بالبعض اكتفى
والبعض بالبعض اكتفى
ومن درى الجميع
ومن درى الجميع
حاز الشرف
هذا الشرف
wọ́n ń ṣe láwọn kìíní wà báàdì bí báàdì iktafà ṣe ní apá kan that is to say hẹ́dù pẹ̀lú mawudu iktafà they complete themselves wọ́n ń darọ̀ al-jami'a anybody tó lè ṣe kíní anybody that can be able to like understand all of because there is no way that you understand all of these things you have already known that knowledge really. Like you can understand it because before you know what the definition is, it's not like you know about definition lásán. You know what the definition is encompassing and everything. So now we go topics. Before we go topics, so I learned that tajweed. Have you not covered everything under tajweed then? That is it. So woman darul jami'a, anybody that is able to know and understand everything that is relating to these 10 things has a sharafa. He has attained a level of kinanpe ni sharaf. Àpọ́nlé iyì fọ́fìlì mọ́. So gbogbo tó wá lọ́pọ̀ tajweed nǹkan mẹ́rẹ̀ẹ̀wá iná ni. Tó wá lọ́pọ̀ usul fiqh gbogbo mẹ́rẹ̀ẹ̀wá ni. So nípa tajweed ẹ jẹ́ ká wá sáré mu ní ṣókí. Alákọ̀ọ́kọ́ ni definition of what? Tajweed. Kí ni definition kí ni o tajweed? Òun là ń pè ní kí ni alhaddu àbí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ alhaddu. Ṣé ní definition of tajweed? Bá ṣe mọ̀ pé a word in English can mean two things. The denotative meaning and the connotative meaning. What is now the definition of tajweed? Literally, like tajweed, maybe Lárúbáwá lásán in Arabic language. What is tajweed? Tajweed in Arabic, ṣáà láti kọ ilé yàbí. Now, can press now. Kí a máa wò ṣèbí mo máa edit ẹ̀, mo máa kò ní wọ ẹsẹ̀ lè snap ẹ̀ náà ṣá, ó yá ẹ̀kẹ́ lè snap ẹ̀. So àti rí àbí náà so mo rò pé orúkálùkù àti ha àbí àti parí ohun ok so now mo ní pé mo rò pé mo gbára ti ha nǹkan tí mo parí ń sí àbí ó gbára ti ha barakallahu fi mo tí mo ṣe rẹ́gbà tí a mo ṣe parí náà mabada kulli ilmin 10 kí lálákọ̀ọ́kọ́ alhaddu. Alhaddu that means to say what? Definition. Definition in this place alamulẹ́nà méjì. Alákọ̀ọ́kọ́ lugatan kí ni mo pè? Lugatan lédè lásán in Arabic terminology. What is tajweed? Tajweed lédè lásán wọn náà pè ní kí ni? Tahsin. Kí ni mo pè? Tahsin. Kí ni o perfect nǹkan? Before kí Quran tó dé làwọn Lárúbáwá ti ń lo kí ni èdè kí ni o tajweed. That is to say jáwàdà kí ni mo pé jáwàdà ó ṣe é lẹ́ṣọ́ ó perfect yẹ so àtẹ̀bá ń kọjá rẹ̀ sọ́wọ́ ìpín àfáàyàn lè ṣe tajweed aṣọ yẹn that is to say so kò ń ṣe dandan ni kó jẹ́ pé kí ni o kó jẹ́ pé Quran lábẹ́ ṣe pé kí ni so lédè lásán lugatan at-tajweed mādhā at-tahsīn ṣe at-tajweed lugatan at-tahsīn ṣe so tahsīn means what? Perfection kí ni mo pé perfection. Wastilah kí ni ó pé istilahan nífọ̀sí wẹ́wẹ́ technically lọ́dọ̀ àwọn àfọ́ òní tajweed kí ló ń pè ní kí ni o tajweed kí ni mo pé kí ló ń pè ní tajweed àfọ́ òní ọdún kí ni huwa madha ikhraju kulli harfin min makhrajihi وإعطاؤه حقه ومستحقه حقه ومستحقه náà min as-sifati wal makharij. So wọ́n ní ìkọ́rọ́jù ìgbàgbà ń pẹ́lú gẹ́gẹ́ bá àwọn tẹ̀kìtì òun náà ní kí ni ìkọ́rọ́jù kulli harfin òun náà ní ká máa mú harafi jáde min makhariji yìí láti ibi ìbùjáde rẹ̀. Before we pronounce ba, our two lips ló ṣe kí ni o ló mix papọ̀. Tajwid ló jẹ́ ká mọ̀ pé kí ni o ètò ìlétò ìlú àti kí ni ló máa mix papọ̀ ká fẹ́ lè pé kí ni o ba. Huwa ikhraju kulli harfin min makhrajihi. It is what? It is the pronunciation of every Arabic alphabet from its point of what? Articulation. Wa i'ta'uhu, and giving it haqqahu, its features, wa mustahaqqahu, and its characteristics. Kí ni mo pè? Its features and characteristics. Min as-sifati wal makharij. Kama pe ara fi ní ibi tó yẹ ká ti pè nǹkan tí tẹ̀bí gbẹ̀lẹ́ orí náà ni. So tajwid huwa i'ta'u ماذا إخراج كل حرف من مخرجه وإعطاؤه حقه ومستحقه. àti mala kọ̀kọ́ ni tó jẹ́ kí ni al-haddu, which is what? The definition of tajwid. So Shashua, are we together? Are you sure we are together? Tí ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀jẹ̀ a máa mú ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀jẹ̀ ní ìtọ́tù. Now, ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì, what's the second thing? Al-haddu mẹ́ta, ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì nǹkan? Al-mawdu'. Kí a pè ní al-mawdu'? Kí a pè ní al-mawdu'? What is it about? Kí ni deal of tajwid? Kí ni àwọn topics yẹ? Òun náà ni ma yata'allaqu bil kalimati al-qur'aniyya. Ma yata'allaqu, àwọn àrádìí mọ̀ fẹ́ kọ́rọ̀ ni, it's not like compulsory pé ká ṣe kí ni ká bọ̀. Tá bá ti understand concept nǹkan tó ṣe kí ni tá a mean. Ma yata'allaqu bil kalimati al-arabiyyah. ما يتعلق بكلمات العربية بكلمات القرآنية قرآنية ما يتعلق بالكلمات القرآنية من حيث ما يتعلق بالكلمات القرآنية. So ما يتعلق بالكلمات القرآنية من حيث So ما يتعلق بالكلمات القرآنية. Kí ni topic, kí ni àwọn nǹkan tí tajwid máa ń dá lórí? Tajwid gẹ́gẹ́ normally nígbà àwọn àfọ́ ní tajwid kò ṣe ọ̀rọ̀ tabambara wa sọ ní normal kò ní ṣe pẹ̀lú tajwid. Tàbá fẹ́ máa sọ Arabic, you want to be speaking Arabic today now, it does not literally need to what? Like, we don't really need tajwid in our day-to-day Arabic conversation. Arabic mainly deals with what? Al-kalimat al-Qur'aniyya. Those writings, those wordings, those statements, those sentences, those verses that are in the Quran. So that is the mawdu' of what? Of tajwid. Are we together? Now, moving on. Clear kata al-hadd wal mawdu'u was-samara. As-samaratu. Òun ni kí ni tí kíra pè tí ma sábàrà lẹ́ẹ̀kan kíra pè tí ma dá sábàrà kí n ṣe benefit o results or outcomes. Like after we learn tajwid, what is the resulting factor, or what will we learn ourselves afterwards after learning tajwid? Alákọ̀ọ́kọ́ òun náà ni kí ni, so akọ̀mọ̀ àríza nígbà tí kàwọn ẹ̀ alákọ̀ọ́kọ́ ní kẹ́ni الحفاظ بكلمات الله تعالى عز وجل. kí ni pé الحفاظ على كتاب الله عز وجل. a máa mójútó kí ni ọ̀rọ̀ Ọlọ́run, ọ̀rọ̀ will be able to like preserve the words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. tọ́lá yóò gbé Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sọ ní Quran ọjọ́ Surah Al-Hijr verse Allah sọ pé inna nahnu nazzalna adh-dhikra wa inna lahu lahafidhun. àwa la sọ, we are the one that revealed, we sent down upon you what al-dhikra, Quran nani, wa inna lahu lahafidhun, and we shall protect and we shall guide and we shall preserve the Quran. So one of the ways of preserving the Quran is what? Tajweed. Mo rò pé àlàyé wáyé ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì òun náà ní kí ni o an yahfaza al-insan lisanuhu min az-zalal. Pẹ̀lú ìmọ̀ tajwid amọ̀lẹ́lẹ́ ayé ìlú ìmọ̀ba ṣe máa ń ka Quran without making what mistakes, because when we are making mistakes in reciting the Quran we are what, we are changing the meaning of the Quran. So then goes like kí ni siratal ladhina an'amta alayhim, ó wá kà ní kí ni siratal ladhina ó wá kà ní no mọ̀mọ́ ó wá kà ní kí ni ṣirọ́tọ̀ sọ́ọ̀dù ní o wọ́n ní kí ni ṣirọ́tọ̀ kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ ní ṣàkásá ṣirọ́tọ̀ alladhina an'amta alayhim ghayril maghdubi alayhim waladdallin. So àwọn kìrọ̀ so alhifzu ala lisan min madha min az-zalal, az-zalal bi ma'na madha mistakes, tí ọ̀rọ̀ máa ṣe níbi tí ẹ̀ ń kí ni tí ẹ̀ ti ń ka Quran ìyẹn máa lè ṣọ́ ẹnu ara èèyàn. Ara àwọn sábàrà tó wà níbi kí ni sábàrà that is end result or benefit bẹ́ẹ̀ ni bàbá ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kan yẹn òun náà ni kí ni al-ajru, kí ni mo pè é al-ajru wa-thawab, al-ajru bàdá wa-thawab, ẹ̀san àti ládá kí èèyàn máa rí mi kí èèyàn máa ka Quran kí èèyàn máa ti kọ́ mọ̀ tó ń pa àwọn sọ al-mahir bil-Quran ṣe pé tajwid ó ní ṣe pẹ̀lú kí ni Quran. So kò sí lọ́wọ́ tí ń kọ́ ìmọ̀ tajwid tá à ní ṣe kí ni tí a ní máa nílò kí ni Quran. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala Allah subhanahu Prophet Muhammad said in hadith al-mahir bil-Quran ma'a as-safarati al-kiram al-barara, kí ni mo pé al-mahir bil-Quran ma'a as-safarati al-kiram al-barara. Ẹni tó bá ní ṣe al-mahir kí ẹ máa ṣe mahir kẹ́ni tó jẹ́ èèyàn jẹ́ mahir ni somebody that is always sweetened by the Quran, liking to recite the Quran, always around society of the Quran, relating to the Quran, reciting the Quran, memorizing the Quran, teaching the Quran, listening to the Quran. Only kini al-mahir bil Quran. So because there is no way you will be so entitled and enjoying to the Quran, even though there are some little sins that you are indulging in, because for the fact that you are like you are closer and more related to the Quran, there would be a sense of remorsefulness when you are sinning, and you're able to easily say subhanallah, like you'll be able to repent, feel remorse and everything towards your sin. So if, let's for example now, somebody that is sinning and somebody that is, so two people are sinning for example, no, there is no little sin, yes, but when two people are sinning, one is mahir bil Quran, there is every probability that he is likely possible to leave that sin faster, because with the recitation of the Quran his mind, his heart will become softer. Even though it does not become softer instantly, it would be easy to do astaghfirullah, and then at some point he will feel like why should he be doing astaghfirullah when he knows he can easily leave that deed. But if you are not mahir bil Quran, you are not mahir bil Quran, anybody that is not mahir bil Quran will be mahir bil shaitan. It's true. It's either you do one or you don't do one. So by the fact that you are mahir with shaitan, your shaitan will be making your heart thicker. You will be like, oh, inshallah ma feel it jare, we'll leave it next time. Titi kí ni ọjọ́ Ọlọ́run ma fi dé. Bí Allah azza wa jal forgive our sins and overlook our shortcomings. So al-mahir àwọn sábàrà ọ̀nà ni kí fi dunya wal akhirah wà rí ajr wa thawab, because al-mahir bil Quran ma'a as-safarati al-kirami al-barara, ó máa wà pẹ̀lú àwọn wọ́n ní àwọn mẹ́rin nìkan àdífì nìkan sọ pé kí ni máa sáfẹ́rẹ́ ti kẹrin bàrọ̀ al-kiram bàrọ̀ àwọn màláíkà, àwọn tó bá ń ṣe Quran tó bá yẹ kó máa ń yára pẹ̀lú Quran lọ́jọ́ bí al-qiyamah Ọlọ́run máa ń gbìde bẹ́ẹ̀ ní gbìde kí ni ó máa lè ráyè wọ́n papọ̀ pẹ̀lú àwọn kí ni àwọn èèyàn rí àwọn màláíkà. Àlàyé yìí náà àwọn múùbù sí kí ni ó ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kẹrin. What is the fourth one? wà ní ìsìbàtún àbí wà nisbatun wa fadluhu wal wajh. Nisba, tọ́lá pé kí ni kẹ́límà nisba, that is to say the linkage of the Quran. Under where? The tajweed just come anyhow? No. Tajweed is under what we know as what? Ulumul Quran. Ulumul Quran. Kí ni mo pè é? Tajweed is under Ulumul Quran. Under Ulumul Quran, we have what? Some things like Tajweed, Usul Tafsir, qira'at, and so on and so on and so on. So tajweed is under one. So the link, the nisbah, that was a place tajweed. If they no link mọ́, what can we find it to? Like under where? What umbrella is encompassing what tajweed is? What? Ulumul Quran. What did I call it? Ulumul Quran. So we've left how many now? 4. Al-haddu wal-mawdu'u thumma as-samara. Ṣé lẹ́ẹ̀kẹ́ni wà nisbatun. Nisba ni kí ni o? Under ulumul Quran ni kí ni o? Tajweed wà. A ṣàlàyé mi yé. Are we together? So ara àwọn nǹkan tó wà London papọ̀ ní kí ni? Usulu tafsir, qira'at, and so on and so forth. Gbogbo pàrọ̀ àyè wáyé. Ṣé náà? So lẹ́yìn yẹn a máa mú lọ sí kí ni? ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kẹ́ 5. The fifth one, náà ní kí ni? Fadluhu. Kí la pé? Fadluhu. That is, fadlu madha? Fadlu ilmu madha? Ilmu tajweed. What is the virtue of, like, when you are knowledgeable about the tajweed, don't let us forget that tajweed is relating to what? Quran. There is no way you want to learn tajweed without knowing about what? The Quran. And what is the virtue of the people of the Quran? Ahlullah. Kí ni mo pè? Ahlullah. And táwọn tó máa ń pè ní Ahlullah, àwọn ará ilé Ọlọ́run. Ṣé oyè kan lè tóyìn láyé kí èèyàn jẹ́ ará ilé Ọlọ́run pé àwọn tọ́lọ̀ máa ń pè láwọn èèyàn tòun lélẹ̀? Can there be any what is it called? Any position at any level to being ará ilé Ọlọ́run? The people, not like companionship of Allah, but people that Allah can say, these are my people. These are my people. When Allah can call you your people, what else? What are we looking for? If Allah is to use our best and grant us all more understanding. So, why we are alive here is there is a particular saying by the ulama that what sharaful ilm بشرف المعلوم. شرف العلم بشرف المعلوم. Before we know the weight or the weight and the importance or the mightiness of what? Of a particular knowledge, بشرف المعلوم, we will know it by the weight of what we are knowing in that knowledge. You understand? Before we can determine the weight or the importance or the akmole, or the English of akmole, what is the English of akmole? You don't know? What is akmole? Do you know what akmole means? Akmole. What is respect in Yoruba? So sharaful ilm bi sharafil ma'lum. Before we can determine the mightiness of a particular knowledge, bi sharafil ma'lum, it is determined on what? On the knowledge that we are gaining from that thing. And what is the knowledge we are gaining from tajweed? How to learn the Quran. So can we now say the mightiness in relation to what tajweed now? Because we have said that what? People that are of the Quran are of Ahlullah. So that is to show that tajweed is of very, very high state. Do you all understand this now? So that is the second, that's the fifth one now, Abi. Now, we now move on to the sixth one. I want all of these things to contain this place, inshallah. Now, we move on to the sixth one, which is what? Al-Wadi'. Mo ń gbádùn àbú, kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ fún mi ní báyìí kankan. Now, Al-Wadi'. What is the meaning of Al-Wadi'? Kí ni mo pe wadi' fún wa? What do I call wadi'? And to document, like where it originated from, who started it. Wadi' ni ibi òpìsànà méjì. Alákọ̀ọ́kọ́, amaliya. Kí ni mo pe? Amaliya àti ilmiya. Ní amaliya, táwọn sọ pé kọjá kí ni? Al-amaliya àtọ̀dọ̀ Ànábì sallam ti bẹ̀rẹ̀. Bí wọ́n ṣe ń ka talentọ́lọ̀ sọ Quran kalẹ̀ fún Ànábì sallam nìyàn àbíbẹ́ẹ̀kọ́ látọ̀dọ̀ tani látọ̀dọ̀ Jibril alayhi salatu wassalam. So kí kàtẹ̀jú sáré ṣe pàdé bí o kàtẹ̀jú. Can we say that Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam did not read the Quran with tajweed? No, because he was the one that the Quran was what? Revealed upon him. So the way he recited it is the way it is meant to be what? Recited. Do you understand? So amaliya, that is to say ní kíkọ́ṣe, ní kíkà in the normal way. Amaliya lọ́tọ́ ló ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ ọ̀dà náà sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But ní kíni ilmiya as a knowledge. You know, Prophet Sallam, only like Adama, Jibril has revealed it upon him with tajweed. That's how Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was recited it. And it was recited to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That's how Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam recited it to what? The Sahabas. And that's what? Amaliya. But as ilmiya, to learn it. Because there is a difference between somebody that knows and somebody that does not know it. That thing that the Prophet is now reciting to the Sahabas, what are the codified information? How do you differentiate it? What is the difference between this one and this one? Why is this one pronounced this way? That is where what? Ilmiya came in. You can say ilmiya or mother or teklifiyya, like writing a book on tajweed. So do you understand the difference now? Oh yeah, stand up. Already sleeping. Do you know already sleeping? Yeah, don't rest, don't rest. Come like this, come like this. So teklifiyya, that is writing a book on what? On tajweed. This is the second one. So I want us to memorize these ones. These 3 names I want to use for also. As writing a book, like writing a book on tajweed, the ulama are of 3 opinions. They said the first person to write a book on tajweed is what? You. The first one is, let me write it here. He said the first person is what? Abu Ubaid. Kí ni mo pè? Abu Ubaid Al-Qasim bin Salam. Kí ni mo pè? Abu Ubaid Al-Qasim bin Salam. The second person, like the second opinion is Abu Amr Ad-Duri. What did I say? Abu Amr Ad-Duri. The third person is what? Ibn Mujahid. So the three opinions by the scholars that is of either of these 3 people, which are the first person to write on what? Tajweed. Who is the first person? Abu Ubaid Al-Qasim bin Salam. I will ask you tomorrow. So the first person is what? Abu Ubaid Al-Qasim bin Salam. The second person is what? Abu Amr Ad-Duri. The third person is what? Ibn Mujahid. One of these people, some scholars said no, it is what? Abu Ubaid. Some scholars said no, it is what? Abu Amr. Some scholars said what? It is Ibn Mujahid. Do you all understand now? So everybody have their own respective opinion. But where most of the scholars tilt towards is what? Abu Ubaid Al-Qasim bin Salam. For example, now let us say, what can I say for example? Okay, let me say, for example, now in Ilorin, somebody said that the person that started to sell textile and clothes and things in Ilorin is Umu. Me, no, that is Kanaldin opinion. Kanaldin believes that it is Umu that first started, like the first person in Ilorin. Why? Because it feels like, let us say, 30 years ago, there's no yet technology. Nobody, there's no way you can tell me that the next street there is a seller there. So my Umu is the first person to start. Yeah. Now I am now saying that from my own opinion, before I know your Umu, there is one woman that me I know living down our street that is already selling before. That's my own what? Opinion. Now Abu now came to settle the matter and say, are you playing? Where my money was before your money starts, I'm very, very sure that's where Abu. Now, can you see where the point of view is different? You are only saying it based on, okay, your own research is possible, is very sure it's my own. But Abu is saying that, I know your own very well now. I'm not talking now. Do you understand? My own started this work first. That's just, so the one that is most similar, like more closer to the truth is what? Abu's own. Do you understand? Because when do you read this life? So the one that is closer based on all of the research of the scholars is who? Abu Ubaid Al-Qasim bin Salam. Do you understand now? So that is what? Al-Wadi'. The next one, which is the 7th one, is what? Ismu. nípa lórí eléyìí kí ni ismu tajwid náà ismu al-ilm at-tajwid. Are we together? Now clearness al-istimdad kí ló ń pè ní al-istimdad báwo la ṣe relate ẹ̀ that is how it related it started from who? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. From Allah to who? Jibril. From Jibril to the Prophet. From the Prophet to who? Sahaba. From the Sahaba to what? Tabi'in. From the Tabi'in what? Tabi'in. From the Tabi'in to what? Tabi'in. Then to me. From me to all of us. From all of us to generation. That is how it is going to be. Hatta ya'tiya yawm al-qiyamah. Allah Azza wa Jalla counts us as those of his own people. Because there is no benefit, there is no in this life. Imagine if you can say that I taught 10 people how to read Quran. I taught 10 people how to read. And out of those 10 people, you are sure that 8 people will also teach another person. Now, let us say that. Let us not forget that. They say, Ad-dalu ala al-khayri kafa'ili. Anybody that invites or speaks to somebody about a good deed is like the person has done that good deed. If I teach you how to read the Quran, I will be, as you are reading it, I will be what? I will be collecting what? My own ladder, my own reward. As you are reading your own, like me that I'm collecting commission from you. It's not, you will not reduce your own word, your own reward though. Now, I just want to give you one simple example. Let us imagine the amount of reward that will be meeting the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam every single minute, second of the day. Imagine the amount of reward that there's no way you want to recite Quran in this life and the Prophet will not collect a commission. Sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Is it possible for you to read Quran in a day? It's not even in a day. As we are now, I said like 2 to 3. When I said inna nahnu nazzalna dhikra wa inna lahu lahafizun, you know that it is per letter that I'm collecting reward. Now imagine the amount of reward only me have gotten. Imagine the amount of reward now is past. Now that might be sleeping now. He might even be pressing phone as you are speaking, and he has already collected his own commission. His own stars can be dead. Now I'm sure that my 3 or 4 stars of my stars is dead already. I'm very, very sure. Like if you want to count like normal connection, my own stars, the stars that teach him is already dead. No, the stars that teach him is not dead. The one that is that one, I don't know that man, but I know that one will be the clearly. What are you looking after? But no, imagine that in his cover, in his grave, he will be collecting commission for the fact that he taught somebody that started the Quran. Even though I've never teach anybody Quran in this life, I now teach my sister Quran. I don't know if she's reading now, but if she's going to read later, I will collect the word even though I'm not there. My ustaz brother will collect the word. That is how it is going to be and be. So the little you know, so far you are sure of it. Don't teach somebody what you don't know. Fact to say lie your thing. If you don't have something, Nemo dance quite one a bet. You cannot give what you don't have. So relate. So now, so the little you know, maybe you say, brother Kamaldeen, let me just teach you this small thing. Let me just teach you how to read. Just teach him how to read Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin very well. I'm not saying complete Fatiha. Just teach him how to read Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin very well. Imagine the amount of time you read Alhamdulillah in a day. That verse Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin in a day alone. Because you have known Tajweed, you understand what Tajweed is all about. You are able to teach somebody Tajweed. You are collecting your reward. Even if the person knows the thing before, by adding small thing to that person's knowledge, you have already taught that person nothing. And by virtue of that, you will be collecting reward. Can that happen in school? No. No matter how our lecturer teaches criminal law from today till tomorrow, he cannot collect any ladder. Why? Because it's not Quran now. So you collect money, oh my God, that's his own wahala. But reward, I teach somebody tomorrow, he cannot collect commission. Funny enough is I will not even mention my criminal lecturer to my students because I will have forgotten. When I tell you if the lecturer has not just give me A, when I'm not supposed to have A, I will never mention it to the person. But in Quran, no matter how, it's very normal. Have I spoken here since morning without mentioning 1 or 2 things about my ustaz? No, because that's how Islam is. It is surely something you will learn from somebody. And by the virtue of teaching another person, you have to mention that person you learned from, because that is how it has always been from the prophets till now. And that's what we call ijaza. Those Quran I'm reading to stars, that me and Abu Jafar, it is for ijaza, to be able to have a linkage to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So that is what al-ismu. The seventh one, we even got al-istimdad, abi. The ninth one now, abi. What's the ninth one? Hukm al-shari'. What is the ruling? What is the principle? Kí ni ìdájọ́ tajweed? Ṣé dandan ni àbí kí ni ṣe dandan? No, a ti ṣe 8-1 ní nǹkan. 8-1 ní istimdad. That is from Allah to the prophet, from the prophet to the blah 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 blah. That's 8-1. 9-1 ní hukm al-shari'. What is the ruling of tajweed? To understand the ruling of tajweed, the ruling of tajweed is of two types. The first one is the practical aspects of tajweed. The way we are reading Quran. The way we are reading Quran, individual what responsibility. The way we are reading what Quran, it is fardu kifaya. What do I say? Fardun kifaya. It is a compulsory thing that you read the Quran with what? Tajweed. The way that you are reading by your own self is what? Tajweed. Now, the second part is what? The theoretical part of tajweed. That is to say, learning how, okay, now the sunnah to sagra. If you are reading Quran and you are able to know all of these things, follow the rulings without knowing the name, that's the what? Practical part, which is what? Fardu kifaya. But the other part, which is the theoretical part, is sitting down to go to Ileke to go and learn what tajweed is. Okay, al-izhar, al-idgham, al-ikhfa, not the tabi'i, not the blah blah blah, not the surat al-sughra. All of those ones are what? Fardun kifai. What did I say? Fardun kifai. And what is the meaning of fardun kifaya? It is what? إذا قام به من يكفي سقط عن الباقي. If there is a particular portion of people that are already dedicated to go and learn tajweed, that is to say, to understand, okay, this is hard. If there are people that are already designated to go and learn it, then it's not compulsory for all of us to what? Go to Ileke to go and learn it. Let us understand. You understand these two things? The practical aspect of how reading Quran is compulsory for everybody. But the theoretical aspect of learning, this one is what? Fardun kifaya. إذا سقط به من يكفي إذا قام به من يكفي سقط عن الباقي. If a sufficient amount of people, please note, sufficient amount of people. Now, if 10 people are here and 1 people go and learn tajweed, is it sufficient? No. So that's why I said sufficient amount of people go and learn it is what? That's the hukm shari of tajweed. Now, the 10th one is what? Masail. Issues arising from tajweed. There are 2. The first one is makharijul huruf. The second one is what? Sifatul huruf. Kí ni mo pè? Makharijul huruf and sifatul huruf. That is what? Masail. So masail is what? Makharijul huruf and sifatul huruf. That is everything about the 10 things that we are able to know about what? That we should know about tajweed. Please, at this point, is it not closer to us to like say we want to learn it? Of course it will be. Why? Because we already know, okay, all of this. It is not something I just want to learn for learning sake. We know we will be rewarded there. There is reward there, and there is also sweetness. Because there is no way you may reading the Quran. Anybody that is reading the Quran and is feeling sleepy unnecessarily, please let us know it. That's feeling sleepy unnecessarily. Like it's not like as if somebody has already tired since morning. Now we now got to after working, is now reading and start feeling sleepy. That is different. But maybe you wake up in the morning, so now reading the Quran. You are now feeling good. After reading 5 lines, I'm already sleeping. That person should take care of himself. Take care of what? Yourself. You have a problem. Are we together? So normally, you're supposed to read the Quran. You feel the joy. And now you feel the joy when you know tajweed. Because if you don't know tajweed very well, you're doing unnecessary mistake. So you be like, oh, yo, all of this problem. But because we know tajweed, it will be easier for us to what? Recite the Quran. When you are listening to the Quran by those reciters, do you feel tired? No. Anyway, you are feeling tired of listening to the Quran. Afa, ẹ̀yin náà méjì kí ni ẹ̀mọ́jútó da yín ẹ̀ ti ní problem. Do you understand? And the reason why we are liking those things is because these people are already used to what? The Quran. They know tajweed. So when they are reciting it, they be sweet. Afa yẹn mọ kí ó pọ̀. Ìwọ náà mójútó ara rẹ̀ kí wọ́n náà ṣe kí ni kí wọ́n náà rí kí ó kà. Do you understand this now? We pray Allah Azza wa Jalla ease our affairs and grant us all more understanding. Any question, Ami? Please, do you have any question? Do you have question? Now, 15 minutes. We've spent 1 hour. So I've been talking for almost 1 hour now. Yeah. Allahu Akbar. Now, inshallah, I'll see you on our next class, inshallah. Now.